And now, live from the palatial, spacious, gracious, but never ostentatious studios high above Gotham City, it's Zach DeWack.
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It's me, the always dapper podcast babbler, your daddy-o cock blog for the radio, and the monkey on the mic here running that semi-professionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wagalina III. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to those of you from Grand Bay, Alabama, to Kingston, Illinois, West Battleboro, Vermont, to Springfield, South Dakota, and all around the world. This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot rockin', flame-throwing DeWack in the morning show, live from the low-rent, sleazy, and measly Ramming Jam and Nut Hut Studios at the DeWack Shack Broadcast Megaplex at Peachtree Industrial here in FEMA Region number 4, somewhere on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia. Live at Studio A today. Last time I checked, today is Monday, October 13th, 2025. This is show number 155. We got the birthday list. We got stupid news, this day in history, this day in music, and all kinds of other crap. As always, starting it off with that birthday list, Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things. He's 24, now old enough to finally play a character who isn't traumatized by the upside down. Tiffany Trump turns 32. New York politician Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is 36. Umade is 41. From Glen Cove, New York, singer Ashanti is 45. Still has us all singing heartbreak songs while pretending we're fine at the gas station. Sacha Baron Cohen from Borat, the Dictator, he's 54. Access Hollywood and former host of the Today Show, Billy Bush, is 54 as well. Nancy Kerrigan, the Olympic skater, forever asking, why me? Every time rent's due. She's 56.
Why me?
Songwriter Red Atkins is 56 as well. Tisha Campbell Martin from My Wife and Kids, Martin Little Shop of Horrors is 57. Jeff Allen's 58. Kate Walsh is 58. From Grey's Anatomy to Private Practice. Proof you can't escape hospital drama, even in spin-offs. Reginald Ballard from Martin and the Bertie Mac Show is 60. Matt Walsh from Veep and The Hangover, Old School and Step Brothers is 61. Christopher Judge from Stargate SG-1, The Dark Knight Rises, The Mentalist, he's 61. Yeah, that voice can narrate your GPS and make you pull over and reflect on life.
Thank you for believing in me.
Footballer Jerry Rice turns 63, the greatest wide receiver ever, still runs faster than half the NFL and all your coworkers. Doc Rivers is 64, the NBA coach and motivational quote generator. We didn't lose, we just ran out of quarters. Joey Belladonna is 65. Marie Osmond is 66, America's sweetheart who proved you can be a little bit country and still Vegas as hell. Chris Carter, creator and writer of The X-Files, Millennium, and Harsh Realm, he's 69. John Lone from The Last Emperor and Rush Hour 2 is 73. Beverly Johnson, the first black woman on Vogue's cover, still more iconic than every influencer combined. She's 73. Rock god Sammy Hagar is 78.
I looked at my wife, I said, I can't drive 55.
Desmond Wilson turned 79. Lacey J. Dalton is also 79. Robert Lamb is 81. Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, is 82. And Paul Simon is 84 years young today. 50 ways to leave your lover, but probably just needs one. Ghost her on FaceTime. And also born on this day, former UK Prime Minister, the Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher, born in 1925. She passed away in 2013. Actress Kelly Preston was born in 1962 on this day. She passed in 2020. She was a beloved actress, still fighting high in our hearts like a John Travolta jet. And comedian Lenny Bruce from Mineola, New York, born this day in 1925. And let's see, Milton Hershey passed away on this day in 1945, and Ed Sullivan left this earth in 1974. Movies releasing on this day in 1950 is All About Eve. In 1989, Look Who's Talking and Halloween 5 releasing. In 1995, The Scarlet Letter releases, and 2017, Happy Death Day. And Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, releasing this day in 2023.
It happened on this day as if you cared.
Here's this day in history. In 1775, the Continental Congress authorizes construction and administration of the first American naval force, the precursor to the United States Navy. In 1792, in Washington, D.C., the cornerstone of the United States Executive Mansion, known as the White House since 1818, was laid. In 1962, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf opens on Broadway. In 1999, the Colorado grand jury investigating the case of child beauty queen JonBenet Ramsey, who was murdered in December of 1996, is dismissed as the Ford County District Attorney's Office announces no indictments will be made due to insufficient evidence. And also in 1999, a 12-year-old Fairfax, Virginia boy who was sent to the principal's office for misbehaving left school, went to the airport, boarded a TWA plane without a ticket, and flew to St. Louis. The boy called his mother from St. Louis, and TWA flew him back the next day. In 2002, an Oklahoma car thief drove 1,750 miles to get arrested for trying to sell a stolen Corvette on the internet auction site eBay. The alleged buyer was a New York City detective who knew the car was stolen. The detective said the thief probably set a record for driving the longest distance to get arrested. In 2005, a New Jersey man duct-taped his roommate to a bed and stole his car. Several hours and 200 miles later, he surrendered to police after stopping for a few beers. In 2008, Rhode Island began offering tours of several wastewater treatment facilities. Tours of treatment plants were already available in East Providence, Bristol, and Narragansett. In 2010, the last of 33 miners trapped nearly half a mile underground for more than 2 months at a caved-in mine in northern Chile are rescued. In 2015, on this day, basketball player Lamar Odom was hospitalized after being found unconscious in a brothel in Nevada. In 2016, Bob Dylan was awarded with the Nobel Prize for Literature. In 2019, Simone Biles became the most decorated gymnast in history when she won a record 25th medal at the World Championships in Stuttgart, Germany. And in 2021, Captain Kirk, Mr. William Shatner, became the oldest person to reach space, traveling aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket on a 10-minute flight. Special events for today. It is Canadian Thanksgiving Day. It's Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. It's Disaster Day, English Language Day, Good Samaritan Day, Herpes Awareness Day. It's International Day for Failure, International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. It's International Plain Language Day, International Skeptics Day, International Suit Up Day. It's Kick Butt Day, Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day. It's M&M Day. It's the Navy's birthday. It's No Bra Day, Online Banking Day. It's Plain Language Day. It's Transfer Money to Your Son Day. It's Treat Yourself Day. And it's Yorkshire Pudding Day. Today's number for the day is 45. That's the percentage of people who say they regularly eat ice cream right from the carton.
This is the sound of the morning. This is where you should be.
And here's some info for you. A survey revealed 80% of married people lie to their partners about spending, and the other 20% are lying. A nutritional study found that less than 15% of Americans eat enough fruit, unless you include Fruit Loops. Police in the Philippines arrested a burglar by using Facebook to identify and track him down. I guess it didn't help that the guy's status message was out burglaring. A study found that coffee may aid memory. Yeah, you tend to memorize the location of every restaurant in town. And a study found that being overweight or obese doesn't increase the odds that seniors will experience memory trouble. In fact, the only thing it'll increase is gas. Well, the Mega Millions continues to grow. Tomorrow, Tuesday's drawing has hit 600 million. Good luck. Sleep and exercise are both vital, so when you've not had a full night's sleep, is it better to sleep in a bit or get up and exercise? Mayo Clinic researchers say you shouldn't choose between the two. Sleep and exercise are like food and water. Not only are both necessary, but it's difficult to get healthy doses of one without the other. But if you have to choose with one or the other, go with sleep because it's foundational. Lots of people think that they can operate on less than 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but when tested, they don't perform at their best. Jesus Christ, I feel like I only get 6 hours. June 20th tornado in South Dakota has been upgraded upon review of the meteorological data from that day to an E5F twister. The Grand Forks, South Dakota office of the National Weather Service has now put in the estimated wind speed of the tornado at 210 miles an hour. The tornado killed 3 people. At its largest, it was over a mile wide and had a 12-mile path. It's the first EF5 tornado in U.S. soil in 12 years since a tornado outside of Oklahoma City in May of 2013. There have only been 10 EF5 tornadoes in the United States since the NWS switched from the Fujita scale to the enhanced Fujita scale in 2007. A newly identified spider species named Demarcus inazuma was discovered in western Thailand, revealing a rare trait called gynodomorphism, where its body is part male and part female. This phenomenon, seen in certain other animals, occurs due to a cell division error post-fertilization. A Kentucky man known as Halloween Herm is attempting to secure a Guinness World Record with his elaborate Halloween decorations at his home in Cold Spring. This annual tradition, which he calls the Dead Springs Cemetery, has been ongoing for decades, inspired by his late mother, who was known for her Halloween displays. Halloween Herm began setting up his decorations on August 18th, the anniversary of his mother's passing in 1999. This year's display includes new features such as a Taylor Swift skeleton and a nod to the Cincinnati Reds playoff run. He is currently in the process of applying to Guinness World Records, noting that there are no existing records for the number of props in a Halloween display, as he boasts over 300 items. Well, how high can you jump? The current official world record for the highest vertical jump is held by Darius Clark, who achieved a 51-inch vertical leap on June 19th, breaking his own previous record of 50 inches set in 2022. A recent survey reveals that brown vehicles are the top targets for bird droppings, followed by red and black cars. In contrast, white and silver cars attract fewer messes. I think you just don't see the mess on the white car. But hey, what do I know? According to EarthSky.org, 1 to 2 Starlink satellites re-enter Earth's atmosphere each day, and that number is expected to rise. As the network of Starlink satellites deployed by SpaceX expands to over 8,000 and additional satellites from other companies are launched, the potential for satellite re-entries increases. Spaceflight expert Jonathan McDowell predicts that with the growing number of low Earth orbit satellites projected to reach about 30,000 in total, up to 5 satellites could re-enter daily. The lifespan of these satellites is typically 5 to 7 years, and factors such as solar activity can significantly affect their re-entry. High solar activity heats the upper atmosphere, increasing atmospheric drag and potentially accelerating the decay of the satellite's orbits. For instance, a solar storm in early 2022 caused 40 newly launched Starlink satellites to fall back to Earth prematurely. Fandom can create a sense of belonging and happiness, but it may also negatively impact physical health. Studies show that dedicated sports fans often engage in unhealthy eating and drinking habits, particularly during game days. Watching sports, especially with friends, often leads to excessive consumption of unhealthy foods and alcohol. College sports fans, for example, binge drink more than non-fans and are more likely to engage in risky behaviors. Research indicates that fans may eat more unhealthy foods after their teams lose, with stress and disappointment driving emotional eating behaviors. All right, here's Today in Music. In 1984, Stevie Wonder started a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with I Just Called to Say I Love You, his 7th U.S. number 1, also a number 1 hit in the U.K. In October of 1990, George Michael went to number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with Praying for Time, his 6th U.S. solo number 1 and his last solo single to occupy the top of the U.S. charts. On this day in 2000, UK newspaper The Mirror reported that Toni Braxton had pulled out of this year's U.S. MOBO Awards after one of her breast implants had exploded. A spokesman for her Arista record label says we don't comment on artists' personal lives. In 2002, UK rock band Muse took legal action against Celine Dion after she announced her forthcoming Las Vegas show would be called Muse. Singer Matt Bellamy from the band said, "We don't want anyone to think we're Celine Dion's backing band." In 2004, the U.S. Internal Revenue Service charged 63-year-old Ronald Isley, lead singer of the Isley Brothers, with tax evasion for failing to report income from royalties and performances by the band between 1997 and 2002. He was later found guilty and sentenced to 3 years in prison. In 2008, in a video message on his website, Ringo Starr announced that he no longer has time to sign autographs and asked fans not to send him any mail at all. No more fan mail and no more objects to be signed. Nothing. After finishing a tour of the US and Canada, he was dividing his time between Los Angeles and the south of France and his UK home in Surrey. In 2011, Maroon 5 were on the top of the charts with Moves Like Jagger featuring Christina Aguilera. Its lyrics referred to a male's ability to impress a female with his dance moves, which he compared to those of Mick Jagger. The video featured old video footage of Jagger and his iconic dance moves. Moves Like Jagger was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Duo Group Performance at the 54th Grammy Awards. In 2016, Bob Dylan was awarded the 2016 Nobel Prize for Literature, becoming the first songwriter to win the prestigious award. The 75-year-old rock legend received the prize for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. In 2017, Dolly Parton donated $1 million to the Vanderbilt University Children's Hospital in Nashville to research pediatric infectious diseases. She announced the donation on a visit to the facility where she performed songs from her children's album, I Believe in You. In 2023, Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, opened in U.S. theaters. It was met with significant ticket demand, amassing a record $37 million on its first day of pre-sales in the U.S. and over $100 million in total global pre-sales. The Eras Tour became the highest-grossing concert film of all time, earning $267 million in its limited theatrical run worldwide. The film documents her widely popular Eras Tour using footage shot during 3 Los Angeles shows in August.
We gotta wrap this program to bring you something really, really, really stupid.
Here's some very stupid news.
All right, it's that time. I've searched the internets, the underwebs, and the interwebs. This, my friends, is
Stupid news.
a Dairy Queen blizzard played a role in ending an armed standoff in Washington state. The incident began when a 40-year-old man, Elijah Reagan, allegedly fired a firework into a ceiling of an apartment, igniting a fire that damaged 8 units and forced evacuations. Authorities reported that the man, who was found smoking methamphetamine, fled the scene in a high-speed chase after telling his estranged wife that he had bombed his apartment. Police eventually stopped his Kia Sedona with a spike strip. The man had a shotgun, firework paraphernalia, and other incendiary materials in his car. Negotiations for the man's surrender began, during which he insisted on receiving a Dairy Queen blizzard and a hamburger. Using a tactical robot, police delivered the meals to his vehicle. 4 hours after the fire, boxed in by armored vehicles, the man finally surrendered. After a night of heavy drinking with friends, a guy in China woke up on a roadside flower bed, robbed of his belongings and his pants missing. After he awoke, the man said he had no choice but to walk barefoot for over an hour to get home. In Elizabeth, New Jersey, a shipment of Haribo gummy bears worth approximately $48,000 has vanished from a storage facility. The stolen cargo contained 3,200 cases of the candy. Authorities are now trying to locate the missing goods and apprehend those responsible for the unbearable theft. Airport authorities in China caught a woman trying to sneak a knife through a checkpoint by concealing it in her hair. The unidentified woman told security she planned to use the blade to peel fruit while waiting for her flight. Henry Rojas was asleep in his family home in Wilton Manors, Florida, when he was awakened around 1 a.m. by his nephew screaming that there was a man in the living room. Rojas jumped up and confronted the intruder, who fled after a tussle. Police found a man nearby and were pretty sure that they had the right guy. Austin Carasani told officers that he had been drinking at a club and was attempting to go to his friend Paul's house, but apparently entered the wrong house. It was also clear that Carasani had been badly beaten. His face was bruised and cut. Rojas explained he is a mixed martial arts fighter and his training simply kicked in when presented with a threat. Carasani has been charged with home invasion. Deputies from the Clear Creek County, Colorado Sheriff's Office chased a suspect who crashed his car and ran. Deputies requested everyone lock their doors and windows and let them know if they saw the man, releasing photos from a security camera. A TV station sent a camera crew to cover the story. While on the air, the reporter turned around and saw a man walking by. He matched the description of the suspect, and the man was soon arrested. Hey, I don't make up this news, I just report it. And that is stupid news.
Here's your highly scientific and completely infallible and often inscrutable guaranteed horoscope for today.
Here are your world-famous Dweck in the Morning horoscopes for today, Monday, October 13th, 2025. If today is your birthday, you are a Libra. You balance two holidays like a pro. One hand holds a compass, the other holds a listening ear. Justice looks good on you, so does a bibliography.
Huh? Pardon? What?
Scorpio, you don't discover, you just uncover. Expect a spicy revelation from your family tree to your city's history page. Handle with care and receipts.
It's just the guy's a jerk.
Sagittarius, explore mode on. Before you zoom off, update your moral firmware. Adventure is great, context is greater, permission is greatest.
This is outrageous.
Capricorn, you draft a 5-year plan called Do the Right Thing, but with spreadsheets. You allocate time for learning, credit giving, and snacks.
Something's coming next.
Aquarius, you crowdsourced a new map that includes rivers, bike lanes, and whose land you're on. It gets upvoted and printed on tote bags. Stay hydrated, cartographer.
Lisa, I want some more.
Pisces, your intuition is a tide chart. Today it says listen, reflect, then voyage gently. You discover humility. It's beautiful and requires 0 custom forms.
He's just so excited you can't even contain it. Yes.
Aries, you woke up ready to discover a brand new coffee shop that's been here since 1998. Plant a reusable cup, then actually read the plaque outside like a responsible pioneer.
It was the single most potent assemblage of smart people that I've ever been a part of.
Taurus, your vibe is sustainable expedition. You chart a route from the couch to the fridge using only snacks as landmarks. Today's treasure, ethically sourced leftovers.
Whoop, whoop, flag on the play. What did you just say?
Gemini, your mouth files a voyage report before your brain packs a map. Listen twice and talk once. Your moral compass has AirPods and is begging you to recalibrate.
Why don't we start with someone more interesting?
Cancer Moonchild, you bring a canoe to an office meeting. Symbolic but confusing. Still, you steer everyone toward acknowledging the agenda and the land you're meeting on.
This is great.
Leo, you declare yourself captain of brunch. The crew mutinies unless you swap selfies for citations. Shine by spotlighting voices that aren't yours.
Do you see my bulge?
And finally, Virgo, you correct the map's footnotes, and the cartographer's posture. Perfect. Now correct the group chat and add sources like the legend you are.
It's a lot to process.
And those are your official Dweck in the Morning horrible scopes, remember?
Don't leave home without them.
You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your mutiny host, the incredible, edible Mr. Zach Wackalina.
Don't be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. In the morning, ZachDeWack.com.
You can connect with me at ZachDeWack.com. That's ZackDawack.com. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it is, Instagram, MySpace, the comic strip, the Yellow Pages, Telepathy, Western Union, or call or text 984-DWEC1. That's 984-329-2251. Like the show, follow me, or subscribe, and please share this show with your friends. Available to hear on my host, Podbean, that's Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and all other podcasting apps, or at ZachDeWack.com if that's easier for you. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, dingbats, and jelloheads anonymous for any and all listens you can give. It means a lot. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget me. I won't forget you. I am Zach DeWack, saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. I'll be back Friday for another show. I'll talk to you then. Same whack time, same whack channel. Whack out.
We have reached the end of this program. Please return your host to the full upright position.